Hello students, we will continue the chapter aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. We were dealing with the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Now we will continue the next reaction, that is reactions due to the presence of alpha hydrogen. See here, the alpha hydrogen atom is the one which is present on the alpha carbon atom. So alpha carbon is the carbon which is connected to the carbonyl group. So this carbon is called as alpha carbon atom and the hydrogen present on the alpha carbon is called as alpha hydrogen. So because of this alpha hydrogen, aldehydes and ketones are showing some reaction. Why it is showing some reactions or why it is so? It is because of the acidic character of this particular hydrogen. Okay, so this hydrogen, alpha hydrogen atom is having acidic property because of which it shows the reaction. So why this hydrogen is acidic? So acidity of alpha hydrogen is explained on the basis of two things. One is this alpha hydrogen or whatever alpha hydrogen is there, this is easily obstructed by the base. Okay, and that is because of the minus I effect of negative inductive effect of carbonyl group. So because of the negative inductive effect of carbonyl group, and the second reason is the whatever the carbanion is formed by the loss of this proton, alpha hydrogen as a proton, the carbanion which is called as enolate ion is stabilized by resonance. It is stabilized by resonance. So because of these two reasons, this alpha hydrogen is showing acidic property. Okay, so how it shows acidic property we'll see now. See here, as I said, this is the functional group, this is the type of linkage which we have in the aldehydes and ketones. If alpha hydrogen is present in the aldehyde and ketone, this carbonyl group is showing negative inductive effect, as carbonyl group is electron withdrawing in nature. Oxygen being more electronegative withdraws electrons towards itself, because of which this carbon is electron deficient. So as it becomes electron deficient, it tries to pull electrons from the carbon skeleton. So what happens? This carbon and hydrogen bond, it weakens. Okay, so bond strength ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ weak ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So weak ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಲೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆರ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಅ ಬೇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಬೇಸ್. ಅಲ್ಕಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಬೇಸ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅನ್ನ H+ ಆಗಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ weakening of the CH bond. It is weak agate because of the negative inductive effect of carbonyl group. Highly electron withdrawing group is attached to the alpha carbon atom. Okay, this is one reason. Second thing is when it is obstructed by the proton, when it is obstructed by the base, there is a formation of a carbanion. So that formed carbanion, which is called as enolate ion, is stabilized by the resonance. So because of the stability also, can easily remove that particular proton. Okay, so resonance structure can be written like this. When a base, it obstructs the proton, the electrons are given to the carbon. So the carbanion form is of this manner. So this is the carbanion formed by the loss of proton. So this carbanion is known as enolate ion. There is a presence of double bond and the alcoholic group. So this is enolate ion and this is stabilized by resonance. Resonance can be written like this. Resonance structure can be written in this manner. So O- double bond carbon. So proton, whatever the species is formed, it is stabilized. That's why alpha hydrogen can be easily removed. So because of this reason, it shows some reaction. And remember one thing, the acidic property is only for alpha hydrogen, not for the beta, delta, gamma hydrogens. Okay, as the negative inductive effect, inductive effect decreases as the carbon skeleton, the chain length increases. Okay, so only alpha hydrogen is acidic, it is having acidic property. So now see which reaction it shows because of the presence of alpha hydrogen atom. The reaction is called as aldol condensation. The reaction is called as aldol condensation. In this case, aldehydes and ketones which contains at least one alpha hydrogen, only those undergoes the alpha aldol condensation. Okay, if there is no alpha hydrogen, no aldol condensation. Okay, remember this. This is the condition to show this particular reaction. Aldehydes and ketones which contains at least one alpha hydrogen atom, in presence of dilute alkalis undergoes self-condensation to form beta hydroxy aldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone, which on further dehydration gives alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde or a ketone. So this complete reaction is considered as aldol condensation reaction. Aldehydes and ketones which contains at least one alpha hydrogen, in presence of dilute alkali, it undergoes self-condensation. Means two molecules will react among itself. Okay. So there is a formation of beta hydroxy aldehyde or a beta hydroxy ketone. Here, whatever beta hydroxy aldehyde is formed, it is called as generally aldol, and beta hydroxy ketone is called as ketol. Okay, so aldol or ketol is formed. This much is considered as aldol reaction. Further, it is subjected for dehydration, so that there is a formation of alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde or a ketone, which is considered as aldol condensation product. Okay, remember, if you write only up to this, it is aldol reaction. If on dehydration, if it gives alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde or a ketone, then it is considered as aldol condensation reaction. Okay, so we will see how the reaction takes place by taking one example. The first example is ethanol. This on aldol condensation, first we are getting an aldol, after that we are getting alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. Okay, so here how the reaction takes place, I will write one mechanism so that it will be easy to understand. See, there are two molecules of acetaldehyde or ethanol, right? So, in presence of a dilute alkali, the reaction takes place. So, this takes place in presence of sodium hydroxide, dilute sodium hydroxide. So, what happens in presence of a base? There is a OH minus ion which is present in the base, right? So, this obstructs the proton from the aldehyde, that is the alpha hydrogen, right? So, alpha hydrogen is this one, CH3, CHO. If I write this, see, this is our alpha carbon atom next to the carbonyl. This is alpha carbon atom which is having 3 alpha hydrogen atoms. So, one of the hydrogen is obstructed by the base. So, I just write here it as CH2H. Okay. So, this hydrogen is taken by this base. So, there is a formation of a carbanion. So, this carbanion is formed. Now, this carbanion is acting as a nucleophile for another molecule of acetaldehyde. So, acetaldehyde is, ethanol is this one, right? Another molecule. Now, this is further attacked by the nucleophile. Where it attacks? See, because of this polarity, carbon becomes electron deficient. So, it is attacked by the nucleophile. So, this goes and attacks here. Now, there is a formation of a molecule or a compound which is having, or there is a formation formation of new bond between carbon and this carbon atom. So here what we have CH. Now electrons are shifted on oxygen, so I'll write it as O minus. This carbon bonds with CH2 and CHO as it is. So this is how we are getting an intermediate by the attack of nucleophile on the another molecule of ethanol. Now this, in presence of in the water medium, what it does, here we have a negative charge. It is neutralized by taking up of proton. Okay, so there is by taking the proton, it becomes OH. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ H ಬಂದು ಇದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, that is OH. So I will write it as CH3 CH OH CH2 CHO. Okay, so this is the beta alpha. This is our functional group. I will write it as C double bond OH. Okay, so this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. So what is this? Beta hydroxy aldehyde, correct? So this is the aldol product form. This is called as aldol product. Okay, beta hydroxy aldehyde. So in particular, I'll name it as, this is first carbon, second, third and fourth carbon atoms are there. So the name is 3-hydroxy butanol. Correct? So this is an aldol form, aldol product. Now this is subjected for dehydration. On heating, a water molecule is lost. From where the water molecule is lost? See here. Here we have on the second carbon, I have CH2 group, right? So from here, one of the hydrogen I write here. Now this goes out as H2O and there is a formation of a double bond here between second and the third carbon atom. So the product formed is CH3 CH double bond CH CHO. So this is alpha carbon, functional group alpha carbon beta carbon. So this is alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. This is the condensation product formed at the end. Okay, aldol condensation product. And this is our, the name of this compound is written like this. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what is the name of this compound? Butane, but 2-ene 1R. So this is the final product of the aldol condensation of ethanol. Clear? So this is how the reaction takes place. Okay, no need to write all these things when you ask when they give it in the examination. You can just write the main product, aldol product and aldol condensation product. So when 2 moles of ethanol is subjected for aldol condensation in presence of dilute alkali, first there is a formation of an aldol, that is 3-hydroxy CH3 CH OH CH2 CHO. So there is a formation of 3-hydroxybutanol which on heating undergoes dehydration to form CH3 CH double bond CH CHO. This is butane but 2-enol. So this is the final product. So only this much you have to write. Okay, this is for your understanding. Clear? So this is the first example. Similarly, we can take ketone which contains alpha hydrogen atom. Second example is ketone CH3 COCH3. So when it is subjected for aldol condensation, what product you are getting? See, first you have to write the aldol product, after that the ketone. Here we are taking ketone, so we are getting ketone first, after that we are getting alpha beta unsaturated ketone. Okay, so what happens in this case? Same as that of the first case. Okay, so how to write it without writing the mechanism? Okay, so just you have to Think one molecule is acting as a nucleophile, another one will be acting to which another molecule or the nucleophile attacks. So when which carbon ion is formed, see there is a formation of a carbon ion of this manner. CH2 minus COCH. This carbon ion attacks the carbonyl carbon. Okay, so which product we are getting here? Just you have to write. This will be CH3, COCH3 is there. You have to write the first product as COH. CCH3COH and remaining things you have to attach. So the product is CH3, CCH3, double bond O you have to write as single bond OH, and remaining thing you have to write CH3, CH2, CO, CH3. So this is the first product formed. What you have to do? We have to consider two different molecules. In one molecule, we convert double bond oxygen to single bond OH, and in the second molecule, you have to remove one alpha hydrogen and make it as CH2 and connect it to the carbonyl carbon. You will get your aldol or ketone product. Okay. Then subject it for dehydration. You get the alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde or a ketone. So for that you have to remove one hydrogen from here and OH from here. So which product you are getting? CH3, CCH3. This OH and H from here goes out, so you can write double bond CH, CO, CH3. Okay, so this is the aldol condensation product formed in this particular reaction. Just name the compounds. 4, 5. So this is 4-hydroxy, 4-methyl, 4-hydroxy, 4-methyl, pentane, 2-ole is the first product. This one is named as 4, 5. So this is pent 3-ene 2-ole. Okay, so this is the reaction. Okay, so just if you want to write the final product instead of writing the middle product, only you want to write the final product, then how you can remember it? Just see here, I'll just show you how to remember it. This CH3CO CH3 combines with CH3CO CH3. Correct? So what you have to do is you have to remove H2O, 2 hydrogens from here, you have to remove. Okay, so if you remove this, what you are getting? See, CH3, CCH3, double bond, CH, CO, CH3. Correct? Check whether this and this are same. Okay, so this is how you get alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde or a ketone. Just you write two molecules, the same or a different, remove H2O, you will get your final product. Okay, just to remember it easily. Instead of writing all the whole reaction mechanism, you can simply remember like this one. Okay, so this is the second example. Third example I take here of CH3, CH2, CHO. So this is propanol. Okay. Now what happens if it is treated in presence of sodium hydroxide? It undergoes again aldol condensation. So which is the alpha hydrogen here? This is your alpha hydrogen which is to be removed. So what product you are getting? Can you write the final product directly? See how to write the final product. CH3, CH2, CHO. Okay. Another compound is alpha carbon. You have to write it here so that it is easy to remove the hydrogen. CH2, as the attack is between alpha carbon of one on the carbonyl carbon of the other one. Okay. CH2, CHO. Okay, so this will be the carbon ion forming carbon. Okay, how the carbon ion is formed? CH minus, one hydrogen is removed, but that attacks the carbonyl carbon. So simply how I told you to remember it, by the loss of H2O. So 2 hydrogens from here, 1 oxygen from here, you remove it and try to write the product. So what you get? NaOH and on heating. So what you get here? CH3, CH2, CH, double bond, C, CH3, CHO. So this is the final product which you are getting by the aldol condensation of propanol. Okay, so you can just write the name of this one. It is pent 2-methyl, 2-methyl, pent 2-enol is the product formed by the aldol condensation of propanol. Okay, if I consider here 2 different molecules of aldehydes or 2 different molecules of ketones or 1 aldehyde and 1 ketone in presence of dilute alkali, how the condensation takes place. But condition is at least one should contain the alpha hydrogen atom. Okay, then only the condensation takes place. And such type of condensation is called as crossed aldol condensation or mixed aldol condensation. It is called as crossed aldol condensation. Okay, in crossed aldol condensation, we are taking a mixture of aldehydes or ketones which undergoes condensation to give different products. So, which type of different products are possible? See here, I will take 1 molecule of ethanol and 1 molecule of propanol instead of taking 2 moles of a single molecule. So, I will take here 1 molecule of ethanol and 1 molecule of propanol. Okay, both are having alpha hydrogen atoms, so it gives a mixture of 4 products. How the 4 products are formed? One is by the self-condensation of this compound, that is ethanol, and another one is by the self-condensation of propanol. They are nothing but these 2 compounds. These are self-condensation products. Okay, so I will write here those 2 products. So this on heating, on reaction with alkali, followed by dehydration. So it is forming 2 self-condensation products which I have already discussed. So directly I will write the products here. One is by the self-condensation of ethanol, I will be getting but-2-enol. Similarly, the self-condensation of propanol gives 2-methyl pentane pent-2-enol. So these are the 2 self-condensation products which we have already studied. Okay, so these 2 are formed as usual. Now, another 2 different products are formed where one will be attacking the another one. So, in one case, this will be acting as a nucleophile. In another case, this will be acting as a nucleophile. So, how it happens, see here. So, if I consider this as our substrate and this as a reagent, this is forming a nucleophile, means which nucleophile will be getting here? CH minus CHO. This is the alpha carbon atom. One hydrogen is obstructed by the base. So there is a formation of this carbanion which attacks the carbonyl carbon. So you are getting one product. In another case, this is attacked by the ethanol. So here, if you are showing attack to this carbonyl carbon, another molecule which is attacked by the carbanion will be CH2 minus CHO. This is the carbanion formed by the ethanol. So, I will be getting 2 more products where one will be attacking another one, and here one substrate will be attacking the remaining one. Okay, so how the product is formed? See, as I said, simply how you can write it, how to remember it. See, I will take here 2 different molecules now. CH3, CHO. This one, alpha carbon you have to write here so that removal will be easy. Okay, so what I told, H2 from here, O from here goes out as H2O and double bond links with the carbon. So what you are getting, the product is CH3, CH, double bond C, CH3, CHO. Another one is, this is one case. Another case is where this one is taken as a substrate. So CHO. This is the substrate now, and the reagent is this one. So CH 3 CHO. So 2 hydrogens from here, oxygen from here goes out as H2O. So I will be getting the product as CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH2, so CH, CHO. So these are the two different products formed by the attack of these two things. Okay, here this will be forming the carbanion and attacking the carbonyl carbon, and in second case ethanol will be forming a carbanion and attacking the carbonyl carbon. Okay, so I have already explained how the mechanism takes place and all. So simply I am writing here the products formed by the attack of two different molecules. Okay, so these are the four different products formed by the crossed aldol condensation of ethanol and propanol. Okay, I'll write the names. These are self-condensation products and these are crossed condensation products. So this is how to name it? 2, 3, 4. So the name is 2-methyl but 2-enol. But 2-enol, and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the name is pent 2-enol. So these are the four different products formed in the crossed aldol condensation. Similarly, you can take one aldehyde and one ketone. It may contain similar, it may contain alpha hydrogen and one may not contain the alpha hydrogen. For example, see, if I consider an aldehyde and a ketone. I am taking aromatic aldehyde and a ketone. See, this is benzaldehyde and this is acetophenone. So in the first case, whether we have alpha carbon, we have alpha carbon atom, but there is no hydrogen here. So this is not having alpha hydrogen atom. Whereas in this case, carbonyl carbon is attached to the benzene ring on one side, on another side it is having methyl group. So here we don't have alpha hydrogen. Here we have 3 alpha hydrogens. So when it is treated in presence of a base obstructs the alpha proton, that is alpha hydrogen. One of the alpha hydrogen is obstructed by the base, so that there is a formation of a carbanion, that is CH2 minus will be forming, and that goes and attacks the carbonyl carbon. So what product we can write? So the product formed here is the product form is written as CH double bond. Here you have to remove 2 hydrogens, so CH CO C6H5. So the name of this compound is benzyl acetophenone. The common name is benzyl acetophenone. This is 1,3-diphenyl prop 2-en-1-one. The UPAC name is 1,3-diphenyl prop 2-en-1-one. Okay, commonly called as benzyl acetophenone. So this is an example for mixed aldol condensation. Now we will go to the next reaction, that is this comes in the miscellaneous reaction. Okay, so this is Cannizzaro reaction, very important to the examination, a Lehmann reaction. So in Cannizzaro reaction, the condition is aldehyde or a ketone, it should not have alpha hydrogen atom. In absence of alpha hydrogen atom, it takes place. Okay, so the condition is, or the reaction is, aldehydes and ketones which do not contain alpha hydrogen atom, in presence of concentrated alkali, undergoes self-oxidation and reduction to give alcohol and salt of carboxylic acid. So aldehydes and ketones which do not have alpha hydrogen atom in presence of concentrated alkali, it undergoes self-oxidation and reduction. Okay, it's a disproportionation reaction. Simultaneously oxidation and reduction takes place, and when aldehyde or a ketone is subjected for oxidation, there is a formation of a carboxylic acid, and when it is subjected for reduction, there is a formation of an alcohol. So respective alcohol and carboxylic acids are formed. We'll see the example here. So I'll take an example of formaldehyde. See here, formaldehyde. Here this is the functional group, and the carbonyl group is attached to 2 hydrogen atoms. So there is no alpha carbon, no alpha hydrogen. So this undergoes, I'll take the same molecule. Okay, so self-oxidation and reduction takes place. This in presence of concentrated alkali, in presence of concentrated KOH or NaOH. So in presence of concentrated alkali, self-oxidation and reduction takes place. So one molecule undergoes oxidation, one molecule undergoes reduction, as both are same. So formaldehyde or methanol, formaldehyde or methanol, this is methanol. Okay, so one molecule of aldehyde is subjected for oxidation, one is undergoing reduction. So methanol on oxidation induces formic acid or methanoic acid is formed on oxidation, whereas on reduction it gives methanol. So here I have methanol on oxidation, it gives methanol. H2 is added, so there is a formation of methanol on reduction. Whereas on oxidation, we are getting here HCOOH, oxygen is added, so HCOOH we have to get. So here, as there is a presence of strong base which is having K plus ion, potassium ion, it combines with an acid to form a salt that is given like this, COOK. So this is potassium formate or potassium methanoate is formed as a oxidized product, potassium salt of carboxylic acid. So the name is potassium formate or potassium methanoate is formed as a oxidized product. So on heating, the reaction takes place. You should remember that. Okay, they are very slow organic reactions, so compulsorily most of the reactions takes place only on heating. Similarly, if I consider another example, that is benzaldehyde, 2 moles of benzaldehyde. If it is treated with concentrated sodium hydroxide on heating, what happens? One molecule is subjected for oxidation to give benzoic acid, and one is undergoing reduction to give alcohol, that is benzyl alcohol is formed. CH2OH. This is reduced to product benzyl alcohol. And another one is sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate. Benzoic acid is the oxidized form. In presence of sodium, it is forming a salt. So sodium benzoate is the another oxidized product. So here there is no alpha hydrogen. Okay, so this is about Cannizzaro reaction. The last type of reaction is electrophilic substitution reactions. Usually aromatic aldehydes and ketones shows electrophilic substitution reaction as it contains the benzene ring, which is electron rich in center, electron rich center. So it shows electrophilic substitution reaction. So in case of aldehyde, if I consider aldehyde, it is represented like this, aromatic aldehyde, right? So here this carbonyl group, as it is electron withdrawing in nature, as it shows minus I effect, which I have already discussed, as it shows minus I effect, it withdraws electrons towards itself from the carbon skeleton. So because of which the electron density from the benzene ring reduces. So that makes or that deactivates the ring towards the electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay, though because of this only we are writing the resonance structures. On that basis we can show the electrophilic substitution, but because of this group we can tell that as the CHO group is showing minus ion effect, it is deactivating group. It is deactivating group. Deactivating means it reduces the electron density from the benzene ring because of the electron withdrawing character. Okay, but still it shows electrophilic substitution. How it shows electrophilic substitution reactions? It is shown by writing its resonance structures. See here, carbon doubly bonded with the oxygen, single bond with the hydrogen. As it is more electronegative, it draws electrons towards itself. So oxygen carries negative charge. Oxygen carries negative charge. Carbon and oxygen bond becomes single bond. Now, as it becomes negative and this becomes positive, carbon is electron deficient. So it withdraws electrons from the next bond. So 5 electrons shifted here. So we can write it as, okay, positive charge or deficiency created at the ortho position. Now electrons from the next bond is shifted, positive charge or the deficiency now comes on the para position. So we can write the next structure. So plus charge comes here and the remaining things as it is. You have to write one more hydrogen, CO minus hydrogen. Okay, so as it is electron deficient, it draws electrons from the next bond and you can write the next resonating structure like this. Okay, plus charge CO minus H. Now electron deficiency comes here, so the electrons from the next bond is shifted and carbon. Now carbon becomes electron deficient, so oxygen gives back the 5 electrons to the carbon. So there is a formation of a pi bond between carbon and oxygen. New double bond is formed. Okay, so like this we get the resonating structures. So this is the resonance hybrid. The positive charge is delocalizing. So positive charge is delocalizing means positive charge is created at ortho and para position, means electron density where it reduces, plus charge means electron density is less. So ortho and para positions are having less electron density. So if you do electrophilic substitution, if electrophile is coming towards this means it has to attack electron rich center. We are seeing here positive charge at ortho and para position. So comparatively meta position is not having any charge. That means meta position is having more electron density compared to ortho and para position. So that means that concludes the electrophilic substitution takes place at meta position as electron density is more compared to the ortho and para position. So what we can tell, the aldehyde group is deactivating and meta-directing group. The electrophilic substitution takes place at meta position. So one example I give here, if I take benzaldehyde, if it is subjected for nitration, benzaldehyde on nitration. For nitration what we have to use? We have to use nitrating mixture, that is a mixture of concentrated sulfuric acid and nitric acid. We have to take concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid mixture is taken. So the temperature required here is 273 to 283 Kelvin temperature. So under this condition the nitro group is inserted. NO2 plus nitronium ion will be the electrophile generated which attacks the meta position. So you are getting meta-nitro benzaldehyde, meta-nitro benzaldehyde as a major product. Meta-nitro benzaldehyde is the major product formed by the nitration of benzaldehyde. Similarly, if I take here acetophenone, it's a ketone. Even ketones are, the aromatic ketones are also meta-directing. So whenever we have a carbonyl group attached to the benzene ring, it will be deactivating and meta-directing group. Okay, so here it also shows electrophilic substitution takes place at meta position. So on heating with concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid, it results in the formation of meta-nitroacetophenol. Meta-nitroacetophenol will be the major product. Okay, similarly sulfonation can be done. Okay, sulfonation, if you do the sulfonation, you will be getting benzene sulfonic acid. We will be having SO3H at meta position. Okay, aldehyde group will be present at the ipso position, and to that meta will be having SO3H group. Okay, similarly, if we do halogenation, what happens? See, benzaldehyde or a ketone, usually benzaldehyde is not undergoing ring substitution. Halogenation at the ring is not possible in case of benzaldehyde. Okay, because side chain substitution is faster compared to the ring substitution in case of benzaldehyde. So that's why we are not getting ring substituted products. If you want to take ring substituted product, that is only possible for aromatic ketones, that is acetophenone, when it is treated with bromine in excess of aluminium chloride, anhydrous aluminium chloride. Only in that condition you will be having meta-bromoacetophenone. Other than that, all the reactions are side chain halogenation reactions. Okay, ring reactions, ring substitution reactions are not that easy in case of aromatic aldehydes and ketones. Halogenation, I am telling about the halogenation. Cl or Br you can't insert. Okay, and as halogens are having some oxidizing property, if you take their benzaldehyde, it oxidizes to benzoic acid. Okay, rather than ring substitution, it shows oxidation. So if you take benzaldehyde, it is subjected for oxidation in presence of halogen to give benzoic acid, and then the remaining reaction takes place. So that is not possible. Halogenation, normal halogenation is difficult. Ring halogenation is difficult in case of aromatic aldehydes. Okay, so remember these points. This is about the electrophilic substitution reaction. The CHO group is deactivating meta-directing group. So whenever we do electrophilic substitution reaction, it is the ring electrophile attacks the meta position. We will be getting meta substituted aldehydes, aromatic aldehydes or ketones as a product. Okay, so that's about the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Now the last part of this aldehydes and ketones is uses of aldehydes and ketones. So many aldehydes and ketones are used in the industries as a solvent. They are used as a starting material and reagents for the synthesis of other products, like acetaldehyde is used in making of acetic acid, vinegar. So many compounds are prepared from by taking the smallest aldehydes and ketones as a starting material. The second main use is formalin. It's a 40% solution of formaldehyde, which is mainly used to preserve biological specimens and to prepare some polymeric products like urea formaldehyde resin, then bakelite. These are prepared from formaldehyde. That is the main use of formaldehyde. And similarly, the benzaldehyde, butyraldehyde. So such compounds are used in perfumery industries in preparation of, in making of perfumes, dyes industries, dyes and colors in the so colors prepare manta, and odor to improve or to enhance the odor and to enhance the flavor. See, for example, vanilla. So that flavor is given by the aldehyde. So such compounds or many compounds of aldehydes and ketones are used in these industries, in perfumery industry, in dye industries, and they are used as artificial flavors. So this is about the uses of aldehydes and ketones. So that's about the aldehydes and ketones section. We have studied the general introduction of aldehydes and ketones, nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones, methods of preparation of aldehydes and ketones, and the chemical properties, the reactions. Many named reactions are there. Many questions are there which will be asked in the competitive examination. Basically, they are very very important. So go through all the reactions, each and every point, and practice well. So that completes the aldehydes and ketones section. So we'll meet in the next class.